For my New Jersey transit route, I'm going to try to make all the train yards animated. But first I need to do some tests to make sure it's going to work properly. I gotta somehow... Basically what's going to happen is a freight train is going to come out of a portal. It's going to decouple from the train, and then a series of switchers are supposed to basically take the train apart and sort the cars into different tracks. And then maybe another group of locomotives would pick up these cars and take them somewhere. Of course, this all has to be timed properly. And if the train comes out of the portal too early, all the freight cars will have the wrong numbers on them, and they won't be able to couple using the message system. I'm not really sure how well it's going to work at first. The first thing I'm going to do is tell the locomotive to go to a specific track mark to decouple from the trains. Now I'm going to have the exact train that I'm going to use come out of the portal and tell them exactly what to do. I'm going to be testing a few new messages that I haven't used yet, that I just downloaded to see if it works properly. Now, first thing I'm going to do is going to tell it to navigate to this track mark. That's supposed to be the one where it decouples from the train. Of course, it can't decouple as soon as it stops. That's probably going to create some kind of problem, especially since it's going to be carrying a long train. So I'm going to tell it to... Where is it? Where is the wait for command? Oh, okay, here it is. I'm going to tell it to wait for a minute. And then, let's see, decouple deluxe. Okay. 0. I guess decouple 1. I'm using this command, decouple DLX or deluxe, and I'm guessing these are the number of cars that are on a train. I'm going to tell it to decouple 1. I'm guessing 0 is the first locomotive and 1 would be the second locomotive. Are there 99 cars on this train though? I'm not really sure. Anyway, then I'm going to tell it to wait for another minute, and then drive to the other portal and basically delete itself. While it's doing, after it decouples from this train, I'm going to tell the other two locomotives to couple to it and basically break it into sections and put them on different tracks. Technically, you can't make the train decouple to something, couple to a train that's going to exist in the future. And to fix that problem, that's why I have this train out right here. This is actually a demonstration of the train that's going to be parked here. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decouple the locomotives. Move that over here for now. Not that. Move the locomotives for now. Now, what's the name of this freight car? BNSF White PCF 57-foot reefer 1. I'm going to tell it to couple to that. Let's see. Couple to vehicle. BNSF White PCF 57-foot reefer 1. Now, since this train isn't going to be here, that's probably going to show up as an invalid command, but when the train is available to be coupled, it should become a valid command again, and it should actually be able to couple. Let's see what happens if I couple these back to the train. Okay, now what happens to the message? Okay, it's still there, so I guess this method is going to work. Okay, then I'm going to tell it to decouple. I'm going to tell it to decouple these two cars and put them on a separate track. Okay, so it's going to decouple whatever this freight car is. WBCX 30 cylindrical hopper 1. Okay, so I'm going to tell it to decouple deluxe 1 to 33. I'm not really sure how to use this command. Then click 3, I guess. However, just to be sure, let's see what other commands I have. Couple to vehicle, couple at track mark. Bells, okay. I can also use this one, uncouples from, but this one's limited to only 20. Anyway, after decoupling those two train cars, I'm going to tell it to wait for like 10 seconds. Of course, it would be longer than that in real life, but it would be boring having to wait the actual amount of time. Anyway, to tell it to put these train cars on a separate track, I need a track mark for it to drive to. Okay, I'm going to tell it to drive to this track mark. And then wait for 20 seconds. Decouple DLX 01. I guess 1. I'm still not entirely sure how this command works, so not really sure what's going to happen. Okay, I'm not going to go through this whole process without being sure that it's going to work. So I need to delete this train and actually test it. The reason why this train has to be deleted is because the commands I gave it won't be valid unless this is actually BNSF white PCF 57-foot reefer number 2 or whatever. If another train comes out of the portal while this one is already here, the next reefer is going to produce, it's probably going to be called number 3 or 4, and that's going to mess with the commands, so this train has to go. Okay, right now it's not doing anything because there's no train to couple to yet. Hopefully that's going to change when the first train gets here. Okay, here comes the first part of the test, seeing if the train properly arrives at the rail yard and gets decoupled. Here comes the train right now. Let's see if it decouples from the right cars. Oops. This mouse is going all over the place. I can't get this mouse to do what I want it to do. He's gonna wait for a minute before decoupling. Okay, it sounds like he properly decoupled. Now I just gotta figure out what he decoupled from to make sure I'm using the message correctly. Looks like he decoupled from the other locomotive. Okay. Okay, tune in next time when I figure out how to fix this problem.